Coming into a live stream with shaky video. That's how she rolls, I guess, sometimes. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's, of course, Jason Mattis with Winning Bets coming at you guys live this week as we're doing things a little bit different as I battle some childcare issues. Normally, I have a daily show in the morning and a show late afternoon, early morning, depending on which time zone you're in, called The Payoff Pitch, where we talk baseball. Well, this week we got both of those shows combined into one, and we're going to go ahead and do them live. So with that being said, let's go ahead and kick off the daily portion of the show. Of course, on my daily show, I like to always recap the previous day. So with that being said, let's make sure we recap yesterday, as we always like to do. And Wednesday, as you can see on the tweet, we get to spell it Wednesday, as it was a profitable day for us. That's right. How about plus 3.71 units? Can we get a ring at a cash register? Yes, we can. Now that pulls us up on the week at plus 7.67 units. And that's worth another ring at the cash register. Yes, sir. I think I hit that button 2 or 3 times. Sorry about that. Let's talk about some of those good wins that we had yesterday. How about Josiah Gray over 5.5 strikeouts? Loved it. Had no problem going back to it, even though there was a rain postponement the next day. Even loved it more. Obviously, the fact that I liked it more. Why do I like it more? Well, if he's getting beat up, you don't want to burn your bullpen in game one. You want to maybe try and salvage something from a doubleheader. So you kind of wave the right flag and leave him out there. Now, that was not how it played out in terms of, him needing to go deep into the game to get 6 strikeouts. That bet cash in the 4th inning. We got a very, very excellent plus money cash to go ahead and kick off our day. And then we got in a couple Nerfy actions there. We did the Nerfy and Pirates and Marlins. That one was about 6 up, 6 down as it gets. I think there was 1 base hit, but relatively about as sweat-free as you can get as a Nerfy, while understanding they're not really all that sweat-free. You're sweating no matter, how the outcome is. Those are just about as sweaty as it gets. But yeah, Marlins, Pirates, that one was easy. The other one was our only loss of the day in Athletics versus Rangers. I mean, what's the saying? Error never fail. There was an error that led to some runs, but did that lead to 5 runs? Probably not. So error aside, I think we probably still get burned on that one, if I'm being honest. But the little bit of the Mitch Kupchak on that one was, those were the only 5 runs scored in the first 7 innings. So, and it fell on Blackburn, right? We talked about yesterday, if one of those 2 pitchers was going to likely give up runs, it was probably going to be John Gray. No, it was Blackburn who came out and just had himself a kind of a stinker of a first inning. Error certainly didn't do him any favors, but again, I don't like to see errors. Error never fails, but I don't think that was ultimately the reason why we lost that bet. But then we rebounded back nicely. How about that Diamondbacks F5 on the money line? I mean, just such an easy bet. That's such an easy bet back in Zach Gallen. They hadn't seen Gallen all season long. You got a Giants team that was scuffling versus right-handers, which we'll talk about that in the rundown. Boy, are they scuffling versus right-handers. And that was just a no-brainer bet. And you add in the fact that the Diamondbacks are swinging a good bet. Everybody wants to look at, well, they lost 13-0 2 days ago. Okay, one bad performance. Overall, though, in a 10-day span, the Diamondbacks are swinging a hot bat versus right-handed pitching. And there was even a bullpen game, and that even scared me a little bit, knowing you were only going to get a pitcher per inning. And when you're swinging a hot bat, I guess it doesn't matter. So Diamondbacks come through for us. Good, cash on a good plus money bet. And then you can see our last one of the day. It's the Yankees team total over 5.5 runs. We've got 2 money signs by that one, because that was a nice 2-unit cash for us, getting that Yankees F5 team total. They got 5 runs in the 3rd inning, and then they made us wait till the 8th inning. It was one of those where you were like, why didn't I do the F5 team total? Like, I'm an F5 team total guy. If you're wondering why I didn't do an F5 team total, DraftKings is the only book I know that gives out F5 team totals. I never saw it, or I'm sure it came out at some point late in the day, but, with 2 kids running around this house and wanting to get bets out to everybody so we can at least all get the same value, I had to just give up on waiting for the F5 team total. That would have been my normal go-to play. But hey, Giancarlo Stanton come through with a nice 8th inning home run to cash that one. And then the Yankees even pull out the win there on a wild pitch for anybody who had them on the money line. So good day for us right there. Obviously going 4-1 and plus 3.71 units. And now up on the week, as you guys can see right there, up 7.67 units on the week. Yes. Love hearing that cash register. Hit that like button if you also like hearing that cash register. And you can also see we made $1.80 in arbitrage money. If you don't know what arbitrage money is, that's my way of using profit boosts that I have no desire in using. And yesterday there was one in tennis. I have no desire to use that. There were no tennis plays I like. So I went ahead and arbitraged it. Arbitrage is, of course, when you take a wager and you bet both sides to guarantee a profit. In this case, it was $1.80. And then, of course, you guys look for me on Twitter. I always like to call those free rolls. I'll take that $1.80. I'll try and flip it maybe to $5. Then maybe I'll try and flip it again to 15, 20, whenever I get to some decent amount, and then I'll add it to the bankroll if we're lucky enough to be able to flip it a couple times. So fantastic day. Fantastic day. Guys, we're doing really good this week in baseball. You know how many baseball bets we've lost this week? One. We've lost one baseball bet this week. We are... Is it 11-1-1 or 10-1-1? I don't quite know how many bets I've made this week, but we've obviously got a push. We got the push there on Monday. We went 3-0 on Tuesday, went 4-1 yesterday, cashed our only 2-unit bet so far this week. Yeah, crushing baseball. So love to see that right there, and love to see whenever we can spell Wednesday the proper way. That's what I love to see right there. Let me go ahead and jump in this comment section, see what we've got going on, and then, of course, let's roll out today's bets, and then, of course, we'll talk every game in rapid fire. We got Jeremy up in here. Yes, sir. You cashed with me yesterday. Like to see it. What's up, Brian? What's up, Jason? What's going on? Fellas, love the past 2 days. Yeah, it's been road to 4K on YouTube. Yeah, we're getting there. Yankees was great. Love to see that. Yankees was definitely a sweat. Jason is great, Jeremy. Yeah, good stuff right there. Good comments. Keep those comments going if you want to. Now that we're into the payoff portion of this show, if you've got any baseball related question on today's slate, go ahead and get them in there right now and I'll answer them. And also, I proposed the question yesterday, if you're liking these live, or maybe we can interact and you can, spit out any questions to me, let me know. I'm toying with the idea of doing more of these daily shows live. Of course, we'll resume back to payoff pitch next week with the Hockey Squirrel and I, when my schedule kind of gets back to some sort of a normalcy. But I'm more really talking about the daily show that I put out in the morning. If you think we should maybe do those more live going forward, let me know. We can certainly entertain that idea because I'm entertaining that idea already myself. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and throw up Thursday bets. I've, of course, been tweeting these out all week because I'm not waiting to give you guys these bets at 2 p.m. I want you guys obviously to get the same value I am. So I've been tweeting them nice and early. Hope you're giving me a follow on Twitter. You can see the Twitter handle right here. It's at WinningBetsPod. It's at WinningBetsPod. Give that thing a follow. Let's go ahead and talk about these in order. First, let's go ahead and talk about this Twins F5 team total. Over 2.5 runs at even money. The Twins faced John Cueto on July 4th. They got 6 innings and 2 runs, so obviously would not have cashed this bet. I went ahead and looked up the stats. Obviously, you guys know I like to do what have you done for me lately. I like to look at the last 10 days. So I looked at the stats prior to July 4th, 10 days prior to that. The Twins were around... On the stats that I care about, the ones that I think contribute towards winning and losing a baseball game, they were about 10 through about 14 in the standings. Their bats are heating up versus right-handers. They're third in batting average. They're second in on-base percentage. They're second in slugging. They're second in on-base plus slugging. And they have the third best K percentage right now versus right-handers. So I obviously love the familiarity. That's just a play of mine and how I handicap baseball. Then you want to add into the fact that when they saw Cueto back on July 4th, those bats have done nothing but heat up and get hotter. That's an absolute no-brainer bet for me. So love the Twins F5 team total over 2.5 runs. And we're getting at even money. If I had to take a guess, let me actually, if I had to take a guess, I bet that's not, let's see if we're on the right side of that. I bet it's not at even money anymore. These Twins are just on fire. I bet once people saw the same research that I did, people who handicap baseball on more of a short-term basis, and that the Reds or the Twins are just heating up. Don't you love this Twins offense too? They're one of the best righty teams out there. Like, they don't come out looking to ease into a baseball game. These Twins come out, they've got a game plan, they've got a good hitting coach, they know what they're doing. It's still at even money. It's a little bit surprising to me. Still at even money. So if you haven't made that bet yet, hop over to DraftKings. Go ahead and get that one in. Let's go ahead and talk about this next one here. Let's go ahead and do the next two, I guess, because they're from the same game. We've got Mariners F5 team total over 1.5 runs at minus 150. And then we're going to go ahead and do Martin Perez there of the Texas Rangers under 17.5 outs at plus 120. That one probably surprised, I think, a lot of people, because if you look at Martin Perez's game log, he's not been cashing this bet. In fact, I did write it down somewhere. I wrote it down here somewhere. I got too many notes here. I might pull up his game log here in a second. First, let's talk about this Mariners, though. Mariners side from this and why I think they can at least get 2 runs. Boy, they're swinging a hot bat versus left-handers right now. They've got the number 1 batting average versus left-handers. Number one batting average right now versus left-handers do those Seattle Mariners do. You want to also add in that they got the second best K percentage, they're second in on-base percentage, and they're second in slugging. So not only are they hitting the ball, but they're bringing power to the plate right now versus left-handers. So I love it. I think they can easily get 2 runs. Look, they face Perez back in early June, 6 innings, would have cashed this bet. And obviously, now we got a little bit of familiarity. Now we're swinging a hot bat right now. Like I said, number one batting average, second in a lot of stats. A lot to like about that. Let me go ahead and talk about this Martin Perez one, because this is the one where, if you look at his game log, and I'm just going to go through his July and June stats. 6 innings, 6.2, 6, 6, 7, 5, and 6. So that only cashed once in the month of July and June so far. It did cash when he saw these Mariners back on June 5th. He went 6 innings. I just don't think he can quite reproduce that because, A, now the hitters have seen him, right? Familiarity. And he only went over by 1 more out. The Mariners are swinging a hot bat right now. They were not swinging a hot bat versus left-handed pitching when they saw him back on June 5th. They were well below the average versus left-handers. So now we know what Perez is going to do to us. And we're swinging a hot bat, the hottest bat right now versus left-handers, and you're going to give me this bet at plus money? I'll take a chance. And again, this is not cash. If I even go back to the month of May, 7 innings, 9, 6, 6.1, and 7. So never would have cashed in the month of May. In April, 7, 6, 4, 4. So if you're going to tail this bet, you're going to be sweating. But how I handicap baseball, how I'm successful at baseball, I think our familiarity will help out with us. And then again, we're hot. And then the other little cherry on the top that you're going to get with this is Gray went 7 innings last night. So they can go to the bullpen. If Perez starts to get hit a little bit, they got a well-rested bullpen. Gray gave them 7 strong innings last night against the Athletics. So the bullpen is ready to come out and pitch if needed. It did not get used all that much last night. Only 2 innings pitched. So, all right, go ahead and give me a hot Seattle team, a Seattle team that's obviously going to know Perez, and a rested bullpen. I think this is the start where Perez can't quite go 6+ innings, and I think he's going to deliver us a very nice plus 120 cash later on this evening. So that'll be those 2 bets from that game. And then the last one, let me find the notes here. It's Nestor Cortes of the New York Yankees. I like him to have over 15.5 outs at minus 125. You talk about how John Gray went 7 strong yesterday, and that's going to aid into us having Perez maybe having a short leash today. The complete opposite in this game. Luis Severino only went 2 innings, exited the game with a shoulder injury, and they got 7 innings last night from that bullpen. So they need Cortes to go ahead and give them some length. Now, that's not only the reason why I'm going to make this bet, but that's just a nice little cherry on top. The Reds right now have the most strikeout percentage right now versus left-handers, and they're only batting 24th. They're the 24th. They have the 24th ranked batting average right now versus left-handers. They're not bringing a lot of power to the plate versus left-handers. They're only slugging 19th best right now. All right, Cortes has cashed this in 7 of 16 starts. So a 50-50 bet right here. Shouldn't be at minus 125 on a 50-50, but I think we're getting more advantages. I think that's why it's minus 125. You got a bullpen that got taxed last night. They need a little bit of length out of, Cortes, and you got an offense that is just struggling right now versus left-handers. So I like Nestor Cortes to go up there, pitch into the 6th inning, and at least get 1 out in that 6th inning. And obviously, if he does that, that'll bring us a cash at minus 125. So those are the 4 bets. I didn't think, we'll talk about it when we get into rapid fire. It wasn't a particular sexy slate. That doesn't mean these are reaches by any stretch. I love these bets. And if it was a great baseball slate, I would have added these 4 bets on top of, anything else I would have normally had. But I'm just, generally speaking, I didn't think it was a great baseball slate. But boy, do I think we've got 4 really nice bets to go ahead and cash. So before we get into rapid fire, we'll, of course, talk about all these games. And there are some games I'm really looking forward to talking about with you guys. Let's go ahead and jump back in this comment section and see what we got. We got the Puppet Savage saying, "You got this." Appreciate it. We got Brian saying, "On the parlay you told me on your live TikTok this morning, Braves money line, Cubs F5 money line, Mariners F5 team total. You know I'm all about that one." Jeremy says that line changed. Martin Perez. Let's see if Martin Perez. Let's see. Jeremy says the Perez line has changed. Let's see if it's gone. Let's see if it's gone in our favor. Let's see what that Martin Perez one is. Let's see if people are thinking like me that maybe Perez can't go 6 innings, or are people thinking he can do it? Well, they got people thinking he can do it. And now it's at 18.5. I obviously love the under there. way more. There's a reason why it's at minus 170. You got over 18.5 outs at plus 130. I've said it once. I've said it before. I don't really care what the public does. Baseball is my best sport. I trust my research, trust my work. I actually like when I go against the public, and obviously then I like cashing and being like, yeah, I cashed and the public didn't. But yeah, obviously the public's drove it up because of his game log. I mean, I just rifled off all those non-cashes we would have got, but he wasn't going up against the number one offense against left-handers in those terms. So, all right, I like what Martin Perez is going to face today. So, all right, with that being said, GP says, I never get notified of your TikTok live. Send out a tweet. All right, I'll try and remember that. I'll try and remember that. No worries there. I'm going to go ahead and leave up my bets. Then let me go ahead and pull up these bets. Let's go ahead and get into rapid fire. Boy, the parlay yesterday lost. I don't know how many legs. What was it? I think it was a 4-leg parlay. How many legs lost? I know the Twins or the Guardians White Sox over didn't hit. Man, I knew that was in trouble when Savali only lasted 1 inning due to an injury. And once it's a bullpen game, the Guardians have a really good bullpen. I knew that F5 was over. So as soon as I saw Savali got hurt. Now that being said, Giolito obviously pitched really well, but Savali's terrible. White Sox would have been able to hit him. That was unfortunate, but we didn't miss it by just one. I'm trying to think of the other. Oh, and I had dumped Cubs in there. How about those Orioles getting another win? Wow, the Orioles getting another win. Wow, just really remarkable stuff with what they're doing. All right, let's go ahead now. We've got 2 afternoon games in progress, it looks like right here. Pirates and Marlins are 1-1 in the 9th inning. If that goes into extra innings, I'm going to make a personal play. I shared with you guys on Twitter that I've just been betting the home team in extra innings a lot in the past month and a half and getting an absurd amount of cashes. Sure, you get some losses too, but the cashes by far outweigh the losses. So I'll be looking to see if that can go in extra innings, and I'll be live betting the Marlins if I can. And then it looks like in the other game, looks like it just started, first inning, 0-0 between Padres, Rockies. We can talk about that game. Look, these two teams in terms of hitting left-handers are dead even in stats. They're like 17-18 or 16-17, whatever it was. I didn't write it down because it wasn't a bet of mine, but I recall it from the research. These teams are dead even in terms of hitting left-handers. You've obviously got 2 left-handers on the mound. If it becomes a bullpen game, then the edge does go in the favor of the Padres, and maybe you can sneak in a live bet, or maybe you can bet it right now at minus 115, but there's no real separation in offense, so I kind of left that one alone. All right, let's go ahead now and jump into games that have not started. Again, we'll talk about all these games from a run line, money line, and over-under perspective. Let's see, we got one more comment here. Time I do, I always check every hour. Yeah, the morals are something great too. All right, first game we got here is Reds-Yankees over under 8. Reds plus 160. Yankees minus 190. We've got Castillo versus Cortez. Much like the Yankees are hitting left-handers, we were on that team total last night. They're hitting right-handers right now. They got the 5th best offense versus right-handers. Reds are obviously struggling against left-handers, like I mentioned. Take the Yankees on the run line. I know the Reds have been competitive in this series. Yankees by far have the better bullpen. That's not even a question. Hell, the Yankees have the best bullpen, damn near in all of baseball, if not all of baseball. They don't yo-yo out of the top 5 in terms of bullpen. They have just a strong bullpen. I mean, they're really good. So, yeah, Yankees on the run line is the play there, given the offensive discrepancies versus left and right-handed hitting. So, I'll take Yankees run line here in rapid fire. Braves and Nationals are up next with an over-under of 9.5. We got the Braves at minus 230. You get the Nationals at plus 195. Anibal Sanchez versus Kyle Wright. When I saw this one that morning, I said, Anibal Sanchez? Like, when the hell was the last time he pitched? Had to go look him up because I knew it probably hadn't been this year. That dude hadn't pitched since 2020. Dude ain't pitched since 2020. You trying to tell me he's going to come right up off of the couch and have success up against this Braves team? No. You know what's a heartbreaker about this? You know who should be starting today instead of Anibal Sanchez? Adon. We should be fading Adon today. That should be our fade Adon. We'd come up with a good way to fade him, and we'd probably be rewarded with a cash by that bum. So they said, no, we've seen enough by you. I don't know if they sent him back down to the minors or what they've done with Adon. But they're going to go ahead and pull Sanchez up off the couch and see how he compete against this Braves team. I mean, it's Braves all the way. Better offense, better bullpen, better starter, obviously. I mean, like I said, this guy ain't pitched in 2020. The run line's at minus 145. I would just do the money line and just call it a parlay piece. and not worry about, maybe doing a run line. So maybe just do that parlay there at a parlay piece at minus 230. Next we got here, this was another game I wanted to talk about. We got Royals and Blue Jays over under of 8.5. Royals at plus 300 and Blue Jays at minus 365. You're sitting there thinking, why are the Blue Jays at minus 365 with a run line of minus 190? If you're unaware, Royals have 10 players that are unvaccinated. Obviously in Canada, you need to be vaccinated to enter that country. Well, with 10 players that are unvaccinated, they could not enter the stadium. So that's why you're getting such massive odds there on the Blue Jays. I waited on this game because I kind of wanted to bet it. And then I don't know when it came out, but the lines just came out. All right, I wanted to pull this up. These are players that are out. This is why the Royals are going to get walloped today. No Benintendi, that's their best player. No Whit Merrifield. Can make a case that's arguably their best hitter, but he hasn't quite been their best hitter this year. No Dozier. You get no Melendez. You get no Michael Taylor. You get no backup catcher. Their reliever Coleman's down. 2 starters are down, but they wouldn't have factored in this game either. I don't think they were up in the rotation. So, yeah, no Benintendi, no Merrifield, no Taylor, no Dozier. Royals are in trouble. This is going to be a glorified AAA team with some major leaguers sprinkled in there. So, yeah. But I don't even know how you bet the Blue Jays. What's their team total? I got to look that up. What's their team total? They don't even have a starter announced, so I don't even know how you do the Blue Jays team total. Even that's tough. It's 5.5. Wow, they should. It's Blue Jays all the way, but given the Royals situation and what the odds are, I think that game's tough, just tough to bet. But yeah, they're going to get absolutely rolled. Obviously, they just don't have their best players available to them. So unfortunate stuff for them right there. Let's go ahead and move on now to Tigers and Guardians over under of 8.5. Tigers at not even money, plus 200. Guardians at minus 224. It's certainly Guardians, man. Just continue to have a really strong bullpen. It's tailed off a little bit, rightfully so. Can you do the Guardians? Maybe it's the Guardians Braves. I said the Braves are a good money line parlay piece. Maybe it's Braves Guardians. Maybe that could be your parlay. Obviously, if you wanted to dump in Blue Jays for the heck of it, nobody would be mad at you right there, even though they don't have a starter. Maybe it's Braves Guardians. It's a nice money line parlay. So yeah, it's definitely Guardians over the Tigers. Better bats, better offense, or better bullpen, better starter. McKenzie's going to strike out a lot of Tigers. He's going to strike out a lot of Tigers. Like that kid right there. All right, let's go ahead and move it over now to Red Sox versus Rays. Get an over-under of 7.5. Red Sox at plus 105. Rays are at minus 125. You got Crawford on the mound for the Red Sox versus Rasmussen. Both pitchers are going to get lit up over 7.5. And you can try and pick a winner, but to me, who cares who wins the game? Take over 7.5, and I would expect that to probably cash in the F5. That's how bad Rasmussen and Crawford against these offenses with what they've got and posing them today. That's an easy over 7.5, I think, all day for me. Then we get Dodgers and Cardinals with an over-under of 9. Dodgers at minus 155. Cardinals at plus 135. Cardinals are struggling versus left-handers. I thought maybe this was going to be a play I was going to jump on with Tyler Anderson on the mound, but the Cardinals aren't hitting left-handers all that great right now. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are a top 8 team right now versus right-handers against Dakota Hudson. If you want to take Dodgers at minus 155, cool. If you want to take Dodgers on the run line at even money, cool. But this one's definitely a Dodgers. This was definitely a Dodgers win. I don't see the discrepancy in bats is really strong against left and right-handers. And Dakota Hudson, he's not going to perform well against this Dodgers offense. They're going to light him up. So yeah, it's Dodgers to me all day long. Then we get White Sox and Twins with an over-under of 8.5. White Sox at plus 140. Twins at minus 165. I'm obviously expecting the Twins to get runs and get runs early and give us a good plus money cash. I'd probably go over 8.5. The White Sox had cooled off a little bit when I looked them up this morning. They were about mid-table versus right-handers, but they know Gray. Man, there's going to be good parlay pieces. Maybe the Twins' money line's a good parlay pieces, but I would rather just say over 8.5. I still don't trust either one of these bullpens. Twins bullpen and White Sox bullpen over like a season long, they've just been towards the bottom. So over 8.5, I think that's a relatively easy over 8.5 call. Next one we get here is Mets and Cubs. Carrasco versus Thompson, over under 7.5. You get Carrasco at minus 130 in the Mets. You get the Cubs at plus 110. I think it's a nice spot for the Cubs. Nice spot for the Cubs. Said that yesterday. Obviously, it didn't pan out. The Orioles, whoa, don't get in front of the Orioles right now. Boy, are they hot. They are sizzling hot. But Carrasco's got terrible road splits. Terrible road splits. This game's played in Chicago. Keegan Thompson has been decent. You want to take a stab at an underdog? If I was on payoff pitch and it was the fourth inning, it's like, what's your best long shot of the day? I bet I would have picked the Cubs today. I really like Keegan Thompson. I expect him to outperform Carrasco with his away splits. Yeah, I'd say Cubs are a good dog. If you wanted to then do over 7.5, do the correlation of a dog and an over. Over 7.5 seems to make sense. They've got juice to the under. This game is juiced. Or sorry, this line is like there's two studs on the mound at 7.5. Carrasco's not a stud on the road. I like Keegan Thompson. The wind must be blowing in. They got the juice to the under. I don't know. I would still take the over and the Cubs in that one. Mariners and Rangers are up next. Over-under of 8.5. Two left-handers on the mound, and Gonzalez versus Perez. Mariners are at plus 105. Rangers are at minus 125. Obviously, I looked this up because two left-handers on the mound, and obviously because my bet for the Mariners and Perez. The Rangers were about mid-table versus left-handers. There's a big discrepancy right now of how these two teams are hitting left-handers. So I think Mariners at plus 105 is probably a great play right there. Go Mariners plus 105. Then you get Astros and Angels. Astros and Angels, we got over-under of 8. Astros minus 175. You get Angels at plus 150. Astros have cooled off versus left-handers, not like they were last week when we tailed them against Bubik and we got a good walk-off cash in the fifth inning. I think what they were last week, they were top 5 or top 10 offense versus left-handers. They're bottom half right now versus left-handers. They've definitely have cooled off. But you get Detmers on the mound. He's not all that good. You get Valdez on the mound. It's Astros run line. I would do Astros run line for that one. Then the last game here is Brewers-Giants. Wanted to talk about this one. Brewers-Giants over-under of 6.5. Both of them at minus 110. The Giants have the second worst batting average right now versus right-handers, and they got to go up against Corbin Burns. I'm playing Brewers on the money line at minus 110 if I'm, wanting action on this game. Late night, you're up. It's Brewers on the money line. Rodon, we'll have success against this team as well because the Brewers, I think we're around 20th or so versus left-handers if I recall off the top of my head. But the Giants are just struggling. Like I said, 29th versus right-handers. Burns should just have himself a nice game. What's going on with Hader? I know it wasn't a save yesterday. Is that why he had a bad performance? Although he struggled a little bit against the Pirates. Did we bet that game? Or I can't remember why I was cared about that game, but he had the bases loaded against the Pirates, I think 2 or 3 outings ago. Let the Pirates just unnecessary kind of hang around there in the ninth inning. Maybe he struggled because it was a non-save situation. For whatever reason, closers struggle when it's a non-save situation. So I don't quite know if I understand that. But yeah, Hader's maybe having a little bit of a hiccup. But Williams is rested. He didn't come into the game yesterday. So still like that. I would take the Brewers at minus 110. Expect that to get it done. The over-under of 6.5. Man, there's not going to be many runs scored in that game. Nope. Yeah, there's not going to be many runs scored in that game right there. All right, let's jump it over now to the comment section. And I may go ahead and jump on to PointsBet as well, too, and make my rapid-fire parlay. If you guys want to see that again today, even though yesterday's was a loser, let me know if you want to see that. Eric says, any Nerfies of the day. Somebody said earlier when I was on TikTok Live that the Brewers-Giants Nerfie was at minus 150 on FanDuel. I don't know what your cutoff is in terms of juice, but I mean, minus 150 is good for me, but I didn't see it at minus 150. But yeah, if that's comfortable for you, I mean, it's easily the best Nerfie of the day by far. I looked at the other ones. I didn't really think there was other really good Nerfies. I mean, I could see being runs scored in most games. I could make a case for based on the starting pitching, or maybe that the team is really good coming out in the first inning. I could make a case that there's a lot of good Rifey spots out there today. Lots of good Rifey spots out there today, actually. So maybe the other best Nerfie of the day, I don't want to say Yankees Reds, but I do like Castillo. He's got some decent numbers. It's always scary going against the Yankees offense, but if he can do his job, Cortez should cruise against a Reds team that is scuffling versus left-handers. But depends on let's see what the price is on this Brewers Giants. I can pull it up right now. What do we got? It's minus 170. I don't know who said minus 150 earlier, but I never saw minus 150, but by far best Nerfy of the day. And I didn't think it was a great day for Nerfies. Obviously, I gave out 2 Nerfies yesterday, so it's an angle I look at every single day. I wasn't feeling the Nerfies today based on the stats. So, yeah, no Nerfies for me. All right, Brian says, let's do the rapid fire parlay. All right, let's do it. Let's go ahead and do it. Let me get logged into PointsBet. Of course, I only use PointsBet because you can parlay, or you can have one parlay boost a day. Otherwise, that's the worst book out there. Somebody make a case that they're not the worst book out there. I'd love to hear it. Absolutely love to hear it. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Oh, I had a lot of money in PointsBet. I forgot that was a sports book I made that bet on. I had a lot of money on the Yankees team total last night. Apparently, I made it on PointsBet. I forgot which book I made. I made that huge bet on. That's a nice little surprise to see that balance. Wow, I was all in on that Yankees team total yesterday. A lot of money on that. All right, let's do this rapid fire parlay. I'll just dump the Braves money line in. It's hard not to like the Braves money line. I'm going to do that over 7.5 in Red Sox Rays. I love that over 7.5 in Red Sox Rays. I'm going to go ahead and drop in the Guardians money line. I like that one. I'm going to skip Dodgers Cardinals. I say the Dodgers have the advantage, but Cardinals have been hitting left-handers, just not now. Tyler Anderson is not a spectacular left-hander, so maybe this is the game where they wake up and all of a sudden they're back to hitting left-handers. So I'll just stay off Dodgers Cardinals. That's been a tough series all along to pick winners. You saw what happened in Game 1. Saw what happened yesterday with the Dodgers coming back. I've been saying that that's an over series all along. First 2 games, over is cashed. Although I think I said yesterday it was an under if I'm being honest, just because of the start. Actually, did I say that was an under? Maybe I did. Either way, just stay away from that. That's a tough series. All right, now we got White Sox Twins. I want to see what the F5 over is. I'd rather play an F5 over than a full game. Yes, I'm doing the F5 over 4.5. Sign me up. Cubs, Mets. I'm going to take you over 7.5, even though the juice is to the under. I'm going to take over 7.5. And then we got Mariners, Rangers. May stay off that game or may take the Mariners. I'm staying off of Astros, Angels, Brewers, Giants. I just don't like that low total of 6.5. I'm taking the Brewers, actually. Corbin Burns is going to deal. I'm taking the Brewers on the money line. I'm trusting the numbers. Giants can't hit right now. Yeah, I'm doing that one. That's definitely the one to do. It won't let me make the parlay for some reason. Oh, there you go. Take that off. Now it'll let me make the parlay. Ooh, this one's much richer than yesterday. So here we go. This is what I've got in a rapid fire parlay. Of course, if you're tailing this, you won't see this in an update. This is me just spending some of my money, having fun, so to speak, even though it is all research. But if you're interested in what I just put together, I just put together a 6-legged parlay at 34-1, almost 35-1. I'm going over 4.5 runs in the first 5 innings between the White Sox and the Twins. I'm taking the Cubs on the F5 moneyline 3-way. I think Keegan Thompson can deal. I wouldn't want to touch a Cubs bullpen, so that's why I'm doing the F5 moneyline 3-way. And Carrasco's road splits are terrible. The Cubs can win this game in the first 5, so that's my second play is Cubs F5 moneyline 3-way push. Or if there's a tie, it'll hurt me. I'm on the 3-way line. I like Keegan Thompson's numbers. I think he can do it. I got the Braves money line in there. I got over 7.5 in Red Sox Rays. I got Guardians money line. And I got Brewers money line, 35-1. Let's see if I slap some money on here. Yeah, that's a nice payday. I'll do that. Yes, sir. Lock it in, boys. Lock it in. It says wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. What do you got in here in chat? He says, you missed yesterday's cash. I'm trying to cash today. Cool. I'm trying to cash today too, my man. So that same thing I'm trying to do over here is I'm trying to get some cashes. We're going to get it done. Yeah, we're going to get it done, man. We're going to get it done. I think we're going to get rewarded by Martin Perez. I don't care that line's up to 18.5. I could care less. We're going to get it done. If anybody follows me on TikTok, I guess you already know. If you don't follow me on TikTok, but you know I streaked to $85,000. It is that Twins bet today. High on those Twins today, coming out and jumping on Cueto. Like I said, familiarity, swinging a hot bat. Anybody got any questions? I can hang here for I don't know. Kids are cooperating right now. Both kids are sleeping. If anybody's got any questions on today's slate, I can hang for 10 minutes, or if there's no comments, I can just go ahead and drop whatever. I've also got all my NASCAR research done. I'm ready to film the Highline podcast either later this afternoon or tomorrow. So if you got any questions you want to ask about this upcoming race this coming weekend, you can fire in a race-related question as well. So I'll just sit here. If a question rolls in the next couple minutes, cool. If it doesn't, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for joining. Again, let me know if you're interested in doing more of these live going forward. What was the White Sox? I did White Sox Twins F5 over 4.5. It was in that rapid fire parlay. White Sox Twins F5 over 4.5. That was the play in there. Oh, sorry, Puppet. I missed your question. What about Snell 4Ks? Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm trying to go off the top of my head. I looked it up. The Rockies are like 8th best right now in strikeouts. Snell doesn't pitch deep into games. And Rockies will probably at least make contact with the bat. Don't do over 4Ks with Snell today. You're going to be in for an extreme sweat, and you're not betting into a good spot. The Rockies aren't striking out right now versus left-handers, so don't do that bet. That's not a good one. Not a good bet. Any other questions? Any other questions? I'm scrolling up through the chat, making sure I didn't miss anything here. Yeah, I don't think I've missed any questions. So, what do you think? What do you think about Reddick this week? I didn't have him when I answered any of my questions. I didn't. Oh, what do you think about Reddick? Maybe in just terms of going 23-11. That's big time. That's big time. Now the question is, are they going to let Kurt Busch go, or are they going to buy another charter and going to be a 3-car team? I mean, that's the big question, right? Is 3-car team, 2-car team? It's a big move, though. It's a big move. He's an upcoming talent. Guy's been kicking butt most of the season. It's a big-time move. It's an absolute big-time move for 23-11, bringing over Reddick. That could help carry them, because Kurt Busch was obviously there just to mentor and help Bubba Wallace. He's not having a good season. Pit crews let him down. I mean, just last week, right? He's a good super speedway driver. You think they'd put him in a good car? He had problems right from the start with that car. They're not doing Bubba Wallace any favors, and it's unfortunate to see. He doesn't deserve to be having these pit failures, bad cars. He's got a rough deal this season. He's getting a real rough deal. So what do you go out and do? You go out and secure one of the great young talents in the sport in Tyler Reddick and sign him to 23-11. Fantastic move. Absolutely fantastic move. I'll probably be talking about that on the Highline podcast. Maybe we need to go pull up my notes and edit that. Maybe throw that in. But that's a fantastic signing. Absolutely fantastic. That's a big-time move. Like, now it just comes down to, are they going to be a 2-car team or a 3-car team? Actually, let me go ahead. I've done all my notes for NASCAR. If you guys want to hang, I'm going to go pull up right now. I did all my research last night when the boys were asleep. I'm going to go jump on to drafting. Let's see what the head-to-head matchups are. Maybe I'll bet them right here on this live, and instead of giving them out tomorrow, I'll just give them out right here. Let's do it. All right, I pulled them up on DraftKings. They've always got the best odds in terms of NASCAR head-to-heads. I'll always price check, but they've always got the best line. So let's see. We got Byron over Bowman. That's probably a little too tough to call. They got Elliott over Chastain. That's not a good matchup to bet. You get Suarez over. I don't think he'll get Bubba's car, man. Bubba just draws attention. Good attention, bad attention. It doesn't matter. He's a media whore. They're not getting rid of Bubba. You always, even if it's good, bad, if somebody's talking about you, good or bad, that's a good thing. Bubba Wallace ain't going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. I can't see it. I mean, I could always be wrong, but I can't see them getting rid of Bubba Wallace. Another matchup is Suarez over Briscoe. I would lean Suarez, but I'm not going to bet that one. Kyle Busch over Logano. Boy, Logano's going to be strong this weekend, boys. Ooh. I don't like that he's pinned up against Kyle Busch. I think I have him in my notes. I think he's also going to be strong, but I think Logano's going to be stronger. God, Logano. Can't wait to talk about him on the Highline podcast, but he loves New Hampshire. Ooh, that's going to be a good matchup. Let's see if he's paired up against somebody. I think you get Elliott and Blaney. It's a little bit of a tough matchup. Elliott struggles at New Hampshire for whatever reason, but I'm not going against the hot hand. That's not a good betting spot for me going against the hot hand, but I would take Blaney, but I'm not betting that one. Elliott over Kyle Busch, I'm not betting that one. Almirola over Cindric. Oh, that one's Almirola easy. I'm going to do that one. Minus 135. That's one bet. Almirola loves this track. He won it last year. He got first place. I think he did well, if I recall. I think he got a top 10 in 2020. If I recall, it was like, it's in my notes, it was like 7th or maybe 8th. Yeah, Almirola over Cindric all day long. That's a bet. I'll, of course, price shop, see if anybody's got it better than minus 135, but for sure, that's a bet. Truex over Hamlin, not betting that one. Hamlin over Chastain, I'm not betting that one. Elliott over Larson, not betting that one. Logano over Truex, I'll take Logano at minus 115. Logano loves this track. He got 4th. I think he's got back. Let me pull up my notes. Hell, why don't I pull up my notes? I'm pretty sure he's got 2 back-to-back 4th place finishes at New Hampshire. Let's see. Yeah, he's got 2 back-to-back 4th place finishes at New Hampshire. I'm taking Logano over Martin Truex Jr. all day long. I'm expecting Penske also, here in my notes, Penske's strong at New Hampshire. In 2021, they had 3 of the top 5 spots. In 2022, or in 2020, they had 2 of the top 4 spots. Penske will be strong this weekend. So, yeah, I'll take Logano over Truex. That's an official bet, no doubt. I like that one right there. Reddick over Harvick. Certainly would lean Reddick, but I don't know if I can quite bet it. Harvick's going to show up one of these weekends. Something tells me he's going to get a win and he's going to sneak into the playoffs. Something tells me. I don't think it's quite at New Hampshire. Maybe Michigan coming up. They got Michigan in a couple of weeks. But I'm not betting Harvick over Reddick. Byron over Bell. I'll take Bell. I like that way better. I'll definitely bet that. I'll take Bell. Both of them at minus 110. Of course, I'm going to price shop, so these aren't the official prices, so don't hold me to these prices. Logano over Hamlin. Yeah, I'd rather take. There's a great one right there. So you get Logano over Hamlin or Logano over Truex. I'd rather have him over Truex personally. I'd rather have him over Truex. Briscoe over Reddick. Yeah, no thanks. Kyle Busch over Blaney. No thanks. And Logano over Chastain. No, you're not picking over Chastain on anything. That dude is Mr. Consistency. He's showing up every single week. So right now, there's 3 NASCAR bets I like. I like Almirola over Cindric, without a doubt. I mean, don't even have to think about that one. Logano over Truex, and Bell over Almirola like that. Let's go see if we can find a better price. Let's go to next best price for NASCARs every single week is Bet Rivers or Barstools. They're the same book. Let's go see if they've got any better prices. They're the better books. Let's see what we got here. Head-to-heads, we get Bowman, no. Almirola over Cindric. Oh, my God, listen to this. So I just told you Almirola over Cindric on DraftKings was minus 135. They got it minus 162 on Barstool's Bet Rivers. He definitely should beat Cindric. I mean, I don't even think that's a contest. So, yeah, I would say Bet Rivers, Barstool's has that price more accurate. They've got a bigger, like, Almirola should stick it to Cindric. No, I agree for sure. Let's see any other matchups. Wow, they got Eric Jones up against Brad Keselowski this week. That's a sneaky good matchup for Eric Jones to beat Brad Keselowski. Great numbers at New Hampshire. Dog shit season. I mean, just a terrible season. So, and maybe that would be a good one I could sneak in a little bit later, but I don't know. Let's go price shop now over at FanDuel. See what FanDuel's got. GP says, can you run those one more time? I missed the NASCAR matchup. Yep, let me just finish the price shopping. So when I do it one more time, I can actually tell you the actual book that I'll bet it at and the price, and then you'll have it. All right, FanDuel don't have their matchups yet. Last other book that is good for NASCAR is MGM. PointsBet is terrible like they are and everything else. And what's the other book? Caesars is terrible. MGM's pretty good. So let's check MGM real quick. And then I'll get you GP. Give me a second. They don't have anything up yet. Okay, so let's go back into DraftKings. We'll make all 3 of those bets on DraftKings. These will be official bets. I will plan on, usually I give out my NASCAR bets on Friday, a day early for the people that hung late on the broadcast. Lines don't move though on NASCAR. You'll get the same prices tomorrow. These lines don't budge an inch. 1 unit on each. Pay it. Once I pay it, I'll rifle them off. All right, so these are the 3 NASCAR bets. You ready for them? Almirola over Cindric, minus 135. Almirola over Cindric, minus 135. I'm going Logano over Truex, minus 115. Logano over Truex, minus 115. And I'm going Bell over Byron, minus 110. Bell over Byron. I should actually write these down so I can give them out tomorrow. I'm going Bell over Byron tomorrow. That was fun. I was not expecting to do my NASCAR bets on this show. I was not expecting to do that. I did that one. I did Logano over Truex, minus 115. And I did Bell over Byron, minus 110. I'll screenshot it and throw it up just for anybody that's maybe not NASCAR savvy guy. Let's go ahead and throw them up here on the screen. Any more? Wow, that was cool. Not expecting to do that. It's one less thing I got to do tonight. I always do my research for NASCAR Tuesday, Wednesday, and I just do the bets on Thursday. But now I don't have to do that. I already got them in. So those will be the three. I won't add anything to that. Those will be the three. And, of course, I'll add baseball bets come Sunday. But that's what I'll roll with. I won't add anything to it. Oh, let's see. Did our arbitrage bet win this morning? Did Spieth or Rahm win? A tie and it's a push and you get your money back. If there's a win, then that's a good arbitrage bet for us. And we won. Let's see if we won. Where is it? Oh, it's still open. They haven't finished playing. Wow, it started at 9 this morning. How long does it take to play a game of golf? Thought it was like 6 hours would be in 10 minutes. So I guess that's why it hasn't quite finished. All right, well, hopefully we're making some arbitrage money. There'd be a chance to win. I think it was $3.15. You add that to the $1.80. Ready to make a nice little free roll parlay. All right, so those are the three NASCAR bets, guys. We're going with Almirola over Cindric, Logano over Truex, Bell over Byron. But well before that, our focus is over here. We got to cash these suckers. We got to stay hot. We've lost one baseball bet this week. One. We got to stay hot, fellas. Stay hot. That's what it's about. All right. I think that was fun. Appreciate you guys that wanted to hang. Any other questions? Speak up now. Any other questions? I'm going to drop. Any other questions? Anybody? Questions? What's going on with that Marlins game? Is there an opportunity to live bet the home team? That would just be a personal bet. Wouldn't be anything for this show or anything. Oh, it's 10th inning. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, boys. Oh yeah. Let me pull up the GameCast, see what the Marlins are doing. If they're close to, or if the Pirates are close to scoring, I'm about to live bet the Marlins. Again, this is a personal play. You're tailing it at your own risk. This is nothing that would be on a recap of mine. It's just been a trend that I've seen cashing. It's working out. Right now, it's blocked out. The sportsbooks are waiting to see if the Pirates can score. I hope the Pirates can score because then you'll get about a plus 200 bet. So if you guys want to hang, I'll hang. I'll hang and see if the Pirates can score. And if the Pirates can score, I'm going to do a live bet here on the Marlins. It's just been a great, just quite frankly, it's just been a great strategy. So it'll be a personal bet. You won't see it on any recap. But it was a strategy. I thought it's been working for me. I shared it on Twitter maybe last week sometime. I'm gonna hang. I'm gonna see. This has been too good of a strategy for me to pass this opportunity up. So I'm gonna hang right here and see if the Pirates can't get a run and see if we can't get a nice plus 200 bet on the Marlins. We got one out, top of the 10th. We got a runner on third. We got a 3-1 count to some guy named Van Meter. I don't know who the hell it is. Never heard of him. He's a pinch hit. He's pinch hitting. Why do managers? I don't understand pitch hitting. You're going to bring a guy cold off the bench. Now, granted, they hit in the cage down below, but that's just got to be so tough of a task. Hey, you ain't done shit in 3 hours. Why don't you go hit this 98-mile-an-hour fastball that this guy's going to throw at you? I'd rather just keep the guy in that's maybe 0 for 3 on the day and is at least locked into the game, is mentally into the game. Than I don't know. That's got to be a tough thing to do. All right, we get 2 outs. We got 2 outs, and that run did not score. That was a lazy fly or lazy line out to the shortstop. So hopefully the Pirates can score. If the Pirates can get a base hit here, like I said, I'm going to jump on this Marlins live money line if they can do it. Because the live line right now, even though it's grayed out, you can't bet it, but you can see it if it opens up. It's minus 250. This is why I love betting the home team in extra innings. with that runner on second base, it's just such a huge advantage to at least, even if they're down, they can at least tie the game and get it to another extra inning. I love it. I love it. This has been such a profitable strategy for me. I would make them official bets, but it's hard. And then that's also not really fair, right? Because not everybody has the luxury of doing live bets. So it's kind of not fair having live bets count to your thing. You should just have a card and your live bets should just be personal, because it's just not fair to the, not everybody's sitting around doing nothing, so to speak, and can live bet. I don't think live bets are fair. So, well, second baseman made a hell of a catch. Yeah. Yep. Probably that cat Cruz. Man, that dude's incredible. Holy hell. I use the shortstop, actually, but either way, that guy's incredible. All right, so now we got a 1-1 count. Runner on third, 2 outs, 1-1 game, top of the ninth. Floro's on the mound versus some dude's name I can't pronounce. Now it's a 1-2 count. Man, it looks like the Pirates may not score here. Yeah, the money line's now minus 270 for the Marlins. Looks like this is going to be an opportunity maybe that's going to come and go and not going to be able to bet it. Doesn't look like the Pirates are going to score one here. What a low-scoring series or game. How many strikeouts did Braxton Garrett get? He got 11. There you go. On TikTok Live today, I told everybody to bet the over on Garrett's Ks. Got 11 strikeouts. Damn, I should have done that one myself. I don't like that play too, but I didn't pull the trigger. But it was one that I did. Been going on live the last couple of days and just doing the same. Not this same thing. What I've been doing on live on TikTok is just making myself available for a Q&A for that day's baseball slate. And one of the questions was Pirates Marlins. I told people one of the bets I liked was Garrett over his strikeout total, and he got 11. I think it was at 4.5. So obviously cashed that super easy. That wasn't even a sweat. Much like Josiah Gray yesterday, we're 5.5 Ks. Boom, fourth inning cash. My man, that was not a sweat. Not a sweat at all. Let's get this up out of my face. Get this out of my face. Perfect. All right, we still got 2-2 count. I'm just waiting to see if we can live bet this. All right, now DraftKings has opened the lines. I got a feeling for whatever reason DraftKings gets everything better, faster. Not better, faster than life. I got a feeling the Pirates got out of this, and they now will let you bet it. I'm assuming it's 1-1 in the middle of the 10th. Better take a guess, because they're willing to have you bet it. I would say if you want some easy money, go ahead and bet that Marlins minus 255. You're going to get a runner on second. But I'm not betting 255. I'd rather obviously wait till the Pirates can get a run and get plus 200. Let's see what they got here. They get it to you minus 255. Gamecast on ESPN is at least slow for me. I'm not sure what's going on. Come on, just get a run so I can live bet it. Give me something. Give me some degenerate action here on the nice fine afternoon while I wait for my kids to wake up. Can I get a run, Pirates? Can you be cool and get a run? Oh no, now it's minus 425. I assume now it's middle of the 10th. Now it's minus 425. It's got to be middle of the 10th right now. Come on, Gamecast. What's going on? Oh yeah, there's just 3 strikeouts. Yeah, middle of the 10th. All right, so that better opportunity went by the wayside, unfortunately. Not going to be able to live bet the Marlins. All right, cool. We'll call that the end of this show. We'll come back again on Friday. We will do, roughly speaking, the same time. It'll be my last show this week in terms of combining the daily show and the payoff pitch. On Monday, we'll be right back to a morning daily show. Maybe we'll do it live if there's interest in doing them live. And then, of course, we'll do the payoff pitch at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time with myself and the Hockey Squirrel. We'll get those going again on Monday. Yeah, no run. Will it be 1 unit? It would have been, Brian, but yeah, at minus 425 on the money line, it's no units. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys joining again. I've said it once. I'll say it again. You guys make these things fun. You guys make these entertaining. I appreciate it. Go enjoy your afternoon. Let's cash these bets. We got 4 nice bets. I think we got maybe not a great slate, but I think we got 4 nice spots. 4 nice spots. So let's cash. Let's come back tomorrow. We'll, of course, recap these 4 bets. We'll give you guys some bets, and we'll maybe we can expand on these 3 NASCAR bets. So can you do me a favor? Yeah, what you got? You do me a favor. Oh, you're saying you do me a favor. Gotcha. Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.